Hey guys, today I thought I'd just go into my history in the hobby and why I have passion and why I have these beliefs that the market's going to go up in the future, and pretty much what I've bought in the past and what I'm going to continue to try and buy. Um, okay, so pretty much it all started when I was young, like many people, with cracking packs with my mates, going down to the newsagent, buying a $2 pack or whatever it was. Back in the day, I think I used to buy a Team Coach, and I remember I was in my mate's room one day and cracked a pack, and I got a Daniel Syracuse parallel card, and it wasn't anything special, worth absolutely no money. It was just one of those one per pack, like silver ones. But Syracuse was one of my favourite players. I'm a huge Bulldogs fan, still am. So that was just huge for me, and I remember actually going down to the card shop. I think I had it for a few months at this point because I just loved it so much. But because I had so much personal value attached to it, I went down to the local card shop and I gave it to the dude, and I was like, how much can I get for this? Because I think it's worth a lot of money. It really means a lot to me, whatever. And of course it was worth literally nothing. So I think he said to me, I'll give you 5 cents for it. And I was like, no way. I mean, to me, it was probably worth like $50 or something. So I kept it, and I don't know where it is today. I didn't keep it long term, but that's probably my first memory of really loving a card and treasuring it. So fast forward probably 15 or so years, maybe even 20 years. I think it was 2016, and I was kind of looking into it. I think I might have seen a couple select packs at news agents, so it was kind of in my mind. And I also stumbled across this YouTube channel called Alpha Investments. It's a Magic the Gathering channel. I've never played the game, never been interested in the game. I didn't even know it existed before I stumbled across this channel, but it's called Alpha Investments. It's pretty funny dude, and Rudy, and he was just talking about cards in a way that I think was applicable for many things. And this was in 2016. This was before lots of the more recent booms, and I just thought, wow, this completely makes sense. This makes sense to me because I'm a collector, and the things he's saying kind of just resonated with me. And I said, well, what can I apply this to? I'm not interested in basketball, yada yada, American sports. I'm not interested in Pokemon or Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh. I'll put it towards footy cards. So at the time, I started searching for what I thought were the most iconic cards of the game, and at that time, Dangerfield was clearly the best player in the league, and I love Dangerfield personally. I still think he's one of the best players I've ever seen play the game. So I said, what's his best card? And I found his 2008 draft pick signature platinum card, numbered out of 100, and I started looking for an eBay every day. And one day, one popped up, and it was his Geelong jumper number 35. And I thought, I have to have this. This is going to be a huge card in the future. I think it was up for $500 or something. So I thought, okay, what do I really want to pay? And I decided I'm happy to pay $300. I think that'll be a steal at $300, whatever. And I put it in, and the dude pretty much instantly accepted. And I was really excited at first because I thought, oh, this is a steal, yada yada. And then I think for the next 6 months after that, I had lots of buyer's remorse. I think I saw a couple more go for like 200, 250, and I thought, wow, I just wasted my money kind of thing. And but I still loved the card. Like I didn't regret it. I just thought, I don't know if it's the best investment long term. So, but I had this card, and it was his jumper number. So the other ones that went for 200 and 250, they weren't his jumper number. So I still have that card, that Dangerfield card today, and I'll probably hold it for a long, long time. I think it's going to be a classic in the future. But that was about the time I came back into it, and I was looking for very certain cards. And this was 2016, 2017, and I was looking, but I'm very conservative with my money, always have been, so I was always looking for the best deals, and I kind of look back and think, oh, I should have just jumped in the pond and maybe bought a few more that I wanted, but I pretty much only bought that Dangerfield card, and in the next year, I was looking for the Bontempelli gold signature, his draft pick signature out of 40, and I couldn't find that, or the only ones online were for over $1,000, so I decided, you know what, stuff it. His card's $1,000. A case of 2013 Future Force is $850. I'm just going to buy the whole case. So I might put a picture up of the case at this point, and maybe even the checklist that it comes with, but I thought, if his card is worth $1,000 now, and it wasn't really selling for $1,000, that's just what people had it up for, must be worth 2,000 in the future. And if that card's worth 2,000 in the future, then the case has to be worth, you know, that same amount, or maybe less or more, depending on what the other players do in the group. And it's not a bad group. It has Cripps, but he didn't have a signature card in that box. But it has, you know, Matt Crouch, Tom Boyd, which at the time he was a big player, and after 2016, the grand final, obviously. Who else was there? Josh Kelly. So yeah, a few good players. Anyway, that was my second big purchase. I paid $850 for it in 2017, and I still have that today. Once again, I think that's a long-term hold. I'm still trying to get that Bontempelli out of 40 card though. So pretty much, yeah, loved it as a kid. Waited about 20 years. Thought, you know what? I think this is a good investment opportunity, and also I just love it, even if the cards go to zero, and that's always my philosophy with lots of things. You have to be happy if the cards go to zero. At the end of the day, you have to want the cards because you want the cards, and that has to always be primary. And secondary, you have to think, yeah, these cards are going to go up as well. So after 2017, I bought the case, and then I went to America for a year. In 2018, for the whole year I was in the US, so I didn't really have a chance to buy footy cards, think about footy cards really, and it kind of just fell by the wayside. I was still searching once in a while on eBay just to see, you know, some comps for the Dangerfield, and I was really after Franklin's at that point as well. So when I came back in 2019, I'd kind of forgotten about it. It wasn't really on the top of my mind. And then at the end of 2019 and the start of 2020, that's when the other sports cards started to boom. And it really just brought it back to the front of my consciousness, and I started thinking about it a lot more, looking at the cards I wanted to get a few years ago in 2016, 2017, what the prices are now. And really, I think I'm a bit less conservative with my money now, so I just thought, you know what, I'm going to jump into it and see what I can buy and see what happens in the future. Also, like I mentioned in the other video, I try to buy and sell some vintage clothing here and there, so pretty much that's just a hobby for me. So every dollar I make out of that, I either buy some stuff I want myself, like collectibles or shirts, jackets, whatever, or footy cards. So, or Jordans. I also collect Jordans. So I feel like I wasn't really spending any money because I was making it on my hobby and then spending on footy cards. So that's where I'm at today. I'm pretty much just enjoying where I'm at, not trying to force any purchases, but I'm still looking for certain cards, and I think I'm going to go into that next video, the top 10 cards I'm looking for, or the top 10 most iconic cards in my opinion. But that, yeah, pretty much brings us into 2021 right now, where I really have this belief that footy cards will be of historical value, not even financial, but I think they'll be just a fantastic nostalgic thing for our generation, because for me, just that era already in the 2000s, all the players and all the big finals, it just holds a pretty special place in my heart. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time as well.